The Israel-Palestinian conflict, which began with the formation of the Israeli state in 1948, has exploded again. The simmering hostilities over the last several weeks peaked on Wednesday. Rockets streamed out of Gaza towards Israeli cities, and the Israeli army pounded the territory in retaliation with airstrikes. Israeli airstrikes leveled two apartment towers and hammered the militant group's multiple security installations. Several senior Hamas officials have been killed in these airstrikes. According to the Hamas-run health ministry, the death toll in Gaza has risen to 65 Palestinians, including 16 children. Now, Israel responded after hundreds of rockets fired by Gaza's Hamas and other militants overwhelmed the missile defenses in the country. Air raid sirens and explosions were heard echoing over Tel Aviv and other cities, forcing many terrorized residents, including women and children, to take cover in bomb shelters. A 32-year-old Indian woman, Soumya Santosh, who was working in Israel as a caregiver, was among those killed in the rocket attacks in the city. Israel Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has said that Hamas had crossed a red line by firing rockets on the Jerusalem area for the first time since 1914 and has vowed to intensify attacks in the days to come. Hamas, on its part, has called for a full-scale uprising. Now, the recent nightly clashes began at the start of Ramadan, when Israeli police placed barriers outside the old city's Damascus Gate, which is a popular gathering area after the evening prayers during this holy month. The barriers were later removed, but then protests escalated over the threatened eviction of dozens of Palestinian families from the East Jerusalem neighborhood of Sheikh Jarrah. Let's forget for a moment which side is right and which is wrong. Let's also not get into geopolitics and big sides. And let me definitely make no attempt to explain the complex Israel-Palestine relations in a 3-minute video, because I will not be able to even scratch the surface. But what I do want to do is bring attention to the human cost of the Israel-Gaza violence. 16 children killed in Gaza. Reports indicate that there are 86 children among the 365 Palestinians injured since Monday. On the other side, 6 Israelis, including a child, have been killed by Hamas rocket fire, and dozens of people have been wounded. So far, no joint statement has been forthcoming from the United Nations Security Council, which, according to the UN Charter, is primarily responsible for maintaining international peace and security. Yes, they have had 2 emergency meetings over the last several days about the worsening hostilities, and they've made all the right noises. But a strong and unified voice from the Security Council will go a long way in reducing tensions, and that can come in the form of a joint statement. However, many world powers, including the US, Britain, EU, Germany, and India, have independently urged Israel and the Palestinians to step back from the brink, because the priority right now is immediate de-escalation to protect the lives of civilians, including children. Civilians who have become unwitting collateral damage in the standoff between Palestinian militants and the Israeli government. The international community, including the UN Security Council, must put its full weight behind this endeavor, because the cost of this decades-old bloody conflict is devastating, and it is being paid not only by ordinary people, but also by innocent children.